All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And this is CBS News. Earth is spinning faster than it used to. Clocks may have to skip a second to keep up. No need to read the news article. We've been saying this through the spirit that we can tell, we can sense. Hey, not only through the spirit, but it just seems in a carnal sense, just looking at it, it just seems like, I know for myself, time is just going by extremely fast. I can clear a week and it can feel like a couple of days, man. All right. And for our sake, that is a great thing, man. Get straight to these precepts. And the reason why I brought that out, not only are we saying this through the spirit, but Esau scientists and, they're able to see certain things. Now, it isn't done through the spirit of truth, but the spirit of truth, man, can't be compromised, man. Especially dealing with Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, and prophecy. These things must come to pass, so these things have to happen. All right. Um, This is Romans 9:28. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth, starting with Malachi Hawashai and his work to be born and to be a sacrifice for the remnant of the nation of Israel. All the teachings that he completed, in between that time. All right. It's all in relation to work. You hear us saying work, 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 do the work. We're doing the work. Well, it's real. All right. And this is a actual task that we have at hand, is to complete, basically, warning and rebuking our people, for and from their transgressions, man. And Yahushua, Malak Yahushua, had to complete a type of work himself, man, in which he did do, man, which was, being born, teaching, the nation of Israel, showing them things to help aid their faith, and of course ultimately making his body a living sacrifice, man, for that remnant. All right. And he did it. But it makes a point to say in the scripture, a short work. Hey, remember how long individuals will live in the so-called ancient days, 500-600 years plus, man. As far as we know, Malaki Hawashai wasn't, walking the earth for no 600 years, or roughly around, 30 years, man. So that's a short work. Same thing with us, man. We don't live to be, 600 years old, no more. All right, we're leaving here average, so-called black, man. I don't know what the average is, but I'm sure it's not more than 80. All right, so we got a good, healthy, 80 years, man, on average, and then we're out of here one way or the other, man. That's all in relation to this being the last days, man. Not only the events, but the time, how fast time is actually going. Not only time, but how short we're living. It's all in relation to this is it, man. These are the last days. These are the last events preceding the Lord's second coming. All right, so we got to remember that. Work, but this work won't be tarrying for too much longer, man. All right, let's go to Matthew 24th chapter and verse 22. And it reads, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, man. So unless the Lord shorten these days, not only by speeding up literal time, but he's also shortened the days of our lives, man. Pun intended. I was just talking about soap operas, and brother was. But yeah, man, the Lord is shortening our days upon the earth. We ain't gonna live no 600 years, man. That would be tragic for us to have to live 600 years, more years in our captivity with our people lost, man. We rather get in and get out as it relates to, acquiring this kingdom. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But here's the point: for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So the Lord is doing this for the elect's sake, starting with Malachi Hawashai. He's the elect of the elect. All right. All right. The days have been shortened for our sake. So if I know for myself speaking and just how some of these days can get me, I'm so thankful that they are going by faster. It makes it a lot easier. Let's just keep it real. If the days were long and drawn out, oh man, and I'm sure they were when we first came into our captivity, man, on them slave ships, man. Well, re, re uh recaptured, all right, in our captivity on those cargo slave ships. And I'm sure those days was long and drawn out, man. Now not so much, man. All right, now not so much. Seriously, I can clear a week and it feels like a few days. That's a beautiful thing, because ultimately it keeps me, a brother like me, from stressing out too much to the point where my integrity is starting to waver. Okay, these days going by fast, man. It makes everything that much easier, man. It through the spirit, it makes doing the work that much easier, through the spirit. Just everything, eating, not have to worry about stuffing my face, at least 3 times a day. I kind of just eat when I'm hungry, man. And the days going by so fast, it helps. By the time I wake up and do whatever I do during the day, it's damn near nighttime, man. It's saving me money, all type of stuff. So the Wadi How by Shema Hawashai for shortening the days for the elect's sake, man. All right. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, no need for the Lord's hopeful elect, because we can receive it through the Spirit, man. We heard, the words of the prophets. We can receive what's written in this book to be true and, to be in real time, okay? So there's no need, for our brethren to write to us, because we actually believe in this through the Spirit. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. All right, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them. Now, overall, this is a spirit that most people are coming in. The spirit of peace and safety. It isn't sure a spirit of hearkening to the warnings of the prophets. Now, there's some things at this point that just can't be denied, man. But the majority of people still don't have the true spirit of repentance upon them, and to serve Yahweh Shema Hawashai like he deserves to be served, like they deserve to be served and worship, man. All right. So they're in a spirit overall of peace and safety. Then guess what's going to happen? Sudden destruction, man. And it's going to be, sudden destruction after sudden destruction. It's going to be a destruction of the financial system, man. All right. Economically. Okay. The building infrastructures, man. You see bridges and buildings are falling down. Whether that was an inside job or not, man, how long do you think this place is going to be able to sustain, man? Especially a place like New York City. Atlanta's a newer city compared to those Chicago, New York, and out there in California. Atlanta didn't really get built up like that till around about the 60s. Those other places damn near 1800s, man. So those places are just, come on, man. It's old. Babylon the Great, man. This stuff, a lot of it's old, man. The infrastructure, man, it's old, and so of course it's gonna fall apart one way or the other, man. So why would you want to stay here in this raggedy, especially talking about New York, rat infested, communities, man? There's so many rats, and I believe through the spirit, the Lord is definitely going to reveal, just how much stuff is under that ground, man, here pretty soon, man, especially in those wicked big places like the major cities in Babylon the Great. It's so much stuff in the sea, all right, in the ocean and underground that you don't want to know about, the Wadi Halba Shema Shah. But in that day, man, the Lord gonna let it loose, man. All them rats and stuff under New York, man, and then some of them are big as cats, man. Can't do nothing, but you need fire. Like seriously, and then it got to the point where, man, we seen throughout process of time, these roaches and rats have become immune to some of these poisons, man. From the orchid, man. That shit don't even work, man. So how tragic is it gonna be during Jacob's trouble, just for things just like that. And that's what's coming to a lot of women too, man. You know they can't take it. They can talk crap all day, but you put one good creeping thing in a woman's dwelling place, and it'll clear out. Okay, even not ready to be plagued by Yahweh Shai, man. What you gonna do if the Lord really go and take it to that level, man, of what we call biblical plagues, man? And these same creeping things, be it rats, roaches, snakes. I every year, man, when the summer heat up, I got snakes in my yard, you know. And it ain't the most prettiest, joyous thing to see, man. Like, I got a certain level, of bravery, a certain level, to the point where I'm not just running away from the damn snake. But it's not, especially when it catch you by surprise, you lift up a piece of, debris, and you see a damn snake under there. But what if the Lord, brings that back, man, which we are prophesying he's going to do that, man, during Jacob's trouble. And the Lord, let your dwelling place be filled with these creeping things, or a whole bunch of rats. They're right around the corner, man. They're hiding out in your house already, especially if you in the south, those water bugs, etc., etc. Oh, your house is already packed full of them. You just don't see them, man. One day, man, the Lord, during Jacob's trouble, he's gonna let all those things loose, man. All right, and pack your house out, just like when those frogs, man, and the Lord made sure to put them in the bed chambers, man. That means you can run, and you think you'll be safe, in your glorious bedroom, that's away from the kitchen and stuff like that, where these frogs are attacking and jumping all over things. And no, no, no. The Lord made sure they got into everything from the kitchen to your actual bedroom and your bed, man. Same thing will happen, during Jacob's trouble, and this ain't what you want, man. That right there is a whole nother see. Even talk her mess all day, towards us, because we can't really do nothing anyway. But I don't know what you're gonna be able to do against a million wasps, Eve, in your house. That's easy. You see how easily wasp nests just pop up during the spring. How easy is it for the Lord to let just a few of them just get into your dwelling place? You know what I mean? These things we got to be mindful of, the so-called minor judgments, and the so-called major judgments of Yahweh Shema Shai. Because guess what? We're prophesying is through the Spirit. It's all going to become issues, man. Those creeping things that I'm talking about, hey, they're going to be an issue for the unrepentant Israelites during Jacob's trouble, man. And again, hey, that's why we are watching, so that the thief doesn't overtake us, man. We're watching. The other 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're not watching, man. They can say things like casual conversation, oh, such and such happened, oh, it's getting bad out here, so the youth are out of control. Or they'll say things like, yeah, they feel like the days are going by faster. Or they'll say things like, oh yeah, when I said this, my phone gave me a commercial based off of what I saying. Oh, they must be listening to us. But they don't, they're not able to fully put it all together. They see that the government's listening and watching, our conversation and videos and things like that. But they really don't believe that they're janky enough to roll out a MOTB. Clearly they can see, and when they say something, all right, they get a commercial or ad, that has something to do with what they were talking about. Clearly they're listening. All right, clearly your device is listening. They're just hiding behind the whole, we're doing this for ads and all that. Negro, please. So-called Negro, please. They're listening. All right. Or whatever have you, man. The whole point is they're not watching and waiting for a thief. All right. The thief, man. They think it's peace and safety time. So therefore, they're going to get caught off guard in their folly, in their leads. People are going to be eating, drinking, and giving into marriage. Like the Lord said, man, all of my cousins have gotten married within the last 5 years. I'm like the last one left for the most part. Either if they're not married, they're booed up. You know what I mean? I am the last one left. Males, out of my cousins, man, that hasn't, through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Shai. So I can testify to that they're, now we know what biblical marriage is, but still having these ceremonies, bro, they're doing exactly as far as my family's concerned, so called. They're doing exactly what the Lord said they would be doing: eating, drinking, giving into marriage, still trying to plan trips, still going on these girl trips, still trying to, have their fun on the weekend, man. Still got these pension plans and et cetera, et cetera. Which, I mean, that's fine to play the game, but you better be serving Yahweh by Hashem and Hawashai while you're playing the game of the enemy. All right. Play his game to the best of your ability without losing your integrity, without sacrificing the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. All right. If you can play the game and get a little bit extra, so be it, man. But you better be serving the Lord, which 2/3 of the nation of Israel are not even putting forth effort at all, which is why they're going to be destroyed. All right. First Thessalonians, let's see. Yep. Go to Romans, 2 more precepts. This is Romans 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. So seeing all these things, experiencing the world go by faster. The days go by faster. They're saying the earth is spinning faster. That's what the scientists are saying. Seeing the decline of people, period, not just our people, but even other nations, man. All right, hearing the wars, rumors of wars, hearing the rumors of the MOTB, seeing the technology to implement it. All right, you should see that it's time to wake up, man. All right, see now, and that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. And that's all the theme of this epistle is, the timing. All right, the fact that the Lord is speeding up time for the elect's sake. Well, guess what? It is time for us to awake out of sleep, since we see these things come out of that deep sleep, man. Wake up and return unto life, man, because being in that deep sleep is likened unto death, man. All right, walking around in a stupor, a drunken stupor. All right, instead of clear-headed. All right, and with a sound spirit, upon us, man. All right. But again, going into time, the Lord's hopeful elect versus the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, knowing the time that now it is time to awake out of sleep. 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they're gonna remain asleep, man, until they're getting spanked in their dreams, and it's too much to bear, and they want to wake up, and then they're gonna start yelling and screaming and begging and pleading for any type of you know stop to the judgment that's going to be fallen upon them by Yahweh, by Hashem Shah. It's going to be, oh Lord this, oh Lord that. If they even can remember the name Yahweh or Yahweh Shah, they'll be trying to call upon them. Most won't, because most didn't receive it through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Shah. So they'll be screaming, they'll be looking for prophets and women, Yahweh by Hashem Shah. They'll be looking, but they won't be able to find them, man. All right, it'll be too late, bro. They spent all this time just being a nuisance. All right, to the nation. Didn't help out the nation at all. It was all about you, what you wanted in the midst of our freaking captivity. That's pathetic at some point, man. Now we're all about receiving and showing mercy, because that's what the Lord gave unto us, mercy, every day that we wake up. All right, that's the Lord being merciful towards us, man. All right, so we understand and be merciful towards Israel too, if they deserve it. If they just blowing off Yahweh by Shema Shai, is nothing that we can do for you. That is to say, man, we've all messed up. Even the Lord's hopeful elect, man, from the apostles on down, we've all got sins worthy of death, but the Lord have mercy upon us, and we're doing things to make our calling and election sure, coming out of those ways, repenting, acknowledging our faults, etc., etc. 2/3 ain't doing nothing but boasting in their wickedness. All right, here we are explaining to them on a brotherly, sisterly level why we shouldn't be eating those abominable things. And what do? Look at us like we're crazy, like it's something wrong with us. The same spirit that dude had from that other camp, the old guy that did the spread, all right, the food spread. I mean, it's the same spirit a lot of Israelites come in, man, when you bring up the dietary law. I mentioned before, I was dealing with this, my neighborhood friend, girl I grew up in the neighborhood with. And when, when I came into the truth, I was just testing the waters. And I'll just mention, that, certain foods are not good to eat. We was talking about pork. Her response was oink oink, god damn it, oink oink. I'm gonna eat whatever I want. I love it. Oink oink, god damn it. Yeah. So I mean yeah, that's the spirit upon the majority of our people. They boast in their wickedness, because sentence against a evil work isn't executed speedily. It's set in their hearts to continue in that crap, man. I'm paraphrasing, but this is in the Bible, you see, because they haven't got punished right away. And that's why the Lord, teaches us that if he loves us, he chastises us, man. So that's a good thing if we're getting messed with, if things aren't necessarily going our way. All right. It means that we're probably, one of the Lord's sons, and he's dealing with us accordingly. Unlike, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man, he's giving y'all over to all that pervert shit. You funny boys. Hey, guess what? It is Yahweh Bashem Shah that gave you over to that, man. So it is what it is. That's what the Lord think of you. I'm not saying that's, I don't know a lot of the 2/3 brothers out there, but hey, the Lord do, and that's what he chose to give them over to. If you in Chirac and you got to deal with, the horrors of living in an environment like that is from Yahweh Bahashim and Hawashai, man. So we just got to be thankful that we're not in those type of environments, and that the Lord didn't give us over to, these pervert spirits, man, these perverse spirits, like he did these other people, man. And we just got to finish. All right. We got to finish. We got to have faith that we'll finish our work, our individual work, and our collective work. We got to have faith that the Lord is going to, honor that work and deliver us out of here and give us, glory and dominion over these idiots. It is what it is. But that's it. That's the point, man. Just continuing to watch, man. All right. A time is speeding up for the elect's sake. That's a beautiful thing, man. It makes the days much easier when they go by fast. Surely we don't want our days to be long and drawn out in our captivity. Now, when we get into the kingdom, Lord willing, we make it. We want the exact opposite. We want a full flip. We want those days to be long. You understand me? Baba Kwashah, Malaki Hawashah. I hope these days are long, long, and it's no issue, man. Just like how I was mentioning through the spirit, we only live around, 80 good years, man. Well, that means that our children grow up so fast, you blink and you would have missed it. That's not a good thing. I for one, I want more time with my child actually being a child before they grow up so fast, whether they be a male or female. They're growing up way too fast. We don't even get a chance to enjoy them, and a lot of times we don't even have, especially fathers, we don't even get a chance to be around them like that, to watch them grow up. That's a terrible thing, man. We want our time back. And then guess what? The Lord said he was going to give us 100-fold, man. For the ones that make it, 100-fold. So look, man, how he's going to do that, like who is our mother, like, we don't know, bro. This is like a mystery. We just got faith that the Lord is all powerful. He's way ahead of us. All right. And it's going to be the way it's going to be from animals. Hey, we just had a family dog just die, man. I ain't cried nothing, but it wasn't, I felt kind of bad, felt kind of sad. And the reason why is just because I got to stay a little numb. All right, I know that dog is just a precursor of many deaths to come, around in and around my family, so-called. So I gotta be numb. So you brothers too, man. A lot of death is gonna start happening amongst and around our families, man. We gotta be prepared for it. But I mean, you think about, will we ever see them again? The animals, our so-called loved ones, man. And how, I personally wonder a little bit how he's gonna break down these families. Like, I do have an earthly mother and father, but I always think if we're the first fruits, then we predate them. So it's kind of like confusing if you try to think about it. Guess what? Not gonna, I mean, it's good to meditate on these things, but you just got to have faith, man. A lot of people who are unlearned just coming into the truth, they got a lot of questions, as they should, man. You should have a lot of questions, but a lot of things, man, it just requires faith. Like, we can't explain to you how those new bodies are gonna operate, how they're gonna look. We just know that there's new bodies involved in this thing of ours. You see what I'm saying? Doesn't make it not true. Just like the Lord said, we get 100-fold, and if we forsake mothers, fathers, houses, etc., that we will get 100-fold. All right. Not really sure how he's gonna, do that exactly, but we do believe through faith that we'll get 100-fold. We'll get our families back, man. All right. My daughter, she's getting older now. Will the Lord put her back in when she, Lord willing, she makes it with the first fruits? Will the Lord put her back into a little, as a little girl? Will he make her a little girl? She gonna be grown in the king? Because it's just me. I don't have I got a baby mama. I don't know if she gonna make it. Like, then who's gonna, it's a lot of stuff, man, got to be dealt with. But Lord willing, it's already dealt with, man. This is Yahweh Shem Shai, man. This is something they had planned a long time, for us a long time ago, man. So all these things have already been written. We're really just living through it, man. We're watching my favorite word, manifestation of the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's beautiful. I don't know how it's all going down, man. We just believe it's all going down, and we believe that, everything that's good for us is coming to us, man, and everything that's bad for us will be, taken away out of our presence, starting with Esau eating 2/3 of the nation of Israel, etc. All right. Death. All right. That'll be removed from our presence, man. But with that, I'm gonna leave it. I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Till next time, Shalom.